So this is my NaNoWriMo week 4 video, 4 days late. I actually did film this video on December 1st, but after I filmed it, I was going through some of my old pictures on my phone trying to free up some space, and I came across my Myers-Briggs personality test results. And after reading over them, everything just kind of clicked for me, and it gave me a new perspective on what happened this month and what kind of person I am. So I decided to kind of integrate that into my week 4 video. So if you don't know what the Myers-Briggs personality test is, it's a test that kind of narrows down the 4 main components of your personality. I have gotten 2 results in the past, INFJ and INFP. And after reading over both types, they're similar, but there are some important differences, and I feel like right now in life I'm more of an INFJ, so that's what I stuck with. So what INFJ stands for is introversion, intuition, feeling, and judging. So those are the 4 key components of my personality. INFP is the same, except for P is for perceiving instead of judging. So some of the pros of this personality type: we are creative, insightful, empathetic, determined, and passionate. Some of the cons are we are sensitive, we're perfectionists, we are private, we always need to have a cause, like always need to be moving forward, and we can burn out really easily. And reading those cons really put stuff into perspective for me. So a quick summary of my last week of NaNoWriMo. I uploaded my week 3 video and then got ready to leave for Thanksgiving. As we were walking out the door, someone, I'm not going to say who, but someone dropped my computer and it did not work for the entirety of our Thanksgiving trip. I'm someone who's very, I have to assign meaning to everything, and this is twice that my computer has broken throughout the month of November, and it made me step back and reflect on what I should be focusing on and what I should be doing. And I was thankful for that time that I got with my family. I was not stressed out about getting all of my writing done because the only way I had to do it was to write on paper, which I did a little bit, not enough. But I did appreciate that time that I got with family. My computer started working after I got home. Again, there's no reason why. I just kind of take it as a sign that I needed to be with family and I needed to kind of step back and think about what I wanted to be doing, even with writing. Throughout all of November, I didn't have the same passion that I had before. Writing was easy because I was just writing it and I wasn't really investing myself in the story that I was writing. So when I got back from Thanksgiving, I was very behind and I did try to catch up. I did write a lot, but the last day of NaNoWriMo on November 30th, I had over 5,000 words to write, and I had a decision to make. I could either focus the entire day on writing those 5,500 words, or I could just relax, enjoy the day, and regroup and think about what I want to do moving forward. Because in all reality, that 5,500 words would not have given me a first draft of anything. It would have been me just writing for the sake of writing. And yes, I do regret it. And yes, I do feel kind of disappointed that I didn't win NaNoWriMo. But at the same time, this wasn't like my other NaNoWriMos that I've won. I wasn't really excited on the last day. I felt like I was kind of wasting my time working on this story. Even though I liked the story and I had a lot of fun with it throughout the month, I feel like I am not doing what I should be doing. So I've been taking writing seriously for about 5 years now. I've written my entire life. I wrote for fun. I wrote to express myself and kind of help myself deal with my emotions. I kept journals. But about 5 years ago, I decided that this is what I want to do for a career. I'm going to work to make that happen. I knew that I was going to have to write for a few years before I was ready to submit anything and before I was good enough to have a shot at getting published. And this year I kind of felt like I need to stop writing first drafts. I need to get a draft ready to send out. I told a few people this in my life, that I think I want to spend the next couple months doing a final draft of the book I wrote last year, and everyone was kind of like, I wanted to tell you to do that, but I didn't know how you would take it. I guess because I'm sensitive, because I'm an INFJ, but they kind of reaffirmed that that's what I should be doing. I've gotten to the point in my life where I don't have a ton of time to write for fun or to have hobbies. I think it's important as a mom to have hobbies, but at the same time, I'm an INFJ, so I feel like everything I'm doing should contribute to one of my causes. And one of my causes is I want to take care of my family. I want to be able to make money and help support my family. And I do see writing doing that in the future, and so I have to get serious about it. We just bought a house, and it's kind of a fixer-upper, and I'm only working part-time right now, and I feel like everything I'm doing should be working towards a goal. And that goal is financial, even though, you know, I hate that that's such a big part of our lives. It's just the truth. And I would love to be able to use what I'm passionate about to help my family financially. This month was kind of difficult financially, and it did make me feel a little bad just like working on another first draft when I have so many first drafts. So that's another reason that I want to go back to the book I wrote last year and finish it for good. So I feel like I'm just ready to see if it's my time to get published. And I am a perfectionist, and I feel like I'm not going to be completely happy with anything that I send out, but I was ready enough to send my draft out to a beta reader last time. I was confident enough that they wouldn't completely hate it, so that showed me that I'm on the right track, and that one more, not full rewrite, but one more revision might get me to the point where I'm ready to send it out to agents. Another component of being an INFJ is being private, and I feel like I'm a very private person. I've always been very internal, and something I've done throughout the years is start to express my opinions more, and that has helped me not be so internal. But that does make it scary doing things like sending out your manuscripts and posting on YouTube, because you feel like you're exposing yourself to the world. And it's scary because I am sensitive and I do care about what I put out there and what people think of me. And it just makes all of this so much scarier. But at the same time, I feel like it's important that I do that because I don't want to just live my life as an observer and watch everything happen around me and not do what I want to do, which is to publish books. I think I've said this before, but books are what really helped me get through my adolescence and my young adult years and even my college years. And they were such an integral part of my life that I feel like I want to contribute to that. I want to share my experiences and share my books and write really authentic characters so that people will have a little bit of an easier time in their lives as well. Something else I've been thinking about a lot is YouTube. I'm currently on my phone right now because my camera has been so difficult to work with. Not only have I been misplacing memory cards and my external hard drive and the cord to it, I can't see myself when I'm filming. So I have filmed so many blurry videos, and it's been a nightmare. It's kind of a risk for me to invest a lot of money in YouTube just because I don't know. I have not been consistent in the past. I don't know if I can ever really be consistent with posting weekly just because of everything else I have to do and because of, priorities. I love YouTube, and I think that it's such a great way to see real people doing real things and be able to share your own life experiences. But I debate almost daily if I should continue investing my time and energy into it. And this is just really me talking, venting a little bit. I don't know really where I'm going with this, but all I know is that when I post YouTube videos, I try to think about what I would want to see, and I would love to see someone going through the same process. I love watching people talk about their own writing process and their ambitions for the future and their thoughts about being published in the future. And so that's really my goal in doing this is to share my experience, just to help others relate and hopefully encourage others to post videos because I love watching those. One more final thought. I wanted to share this story. I remembered it the other day when I was thinking about my personality type. I thought maybe others could relate to this story. But when I was in high school, a senior in high school, I was in the International Baccalaureate program, which is kind of like AP, but in my IB class, my IB English class, my teacher kind of wrote down his initial thoughts about all of his students at the beginning of the year, and he guessed what each student was going to score on the big exam at the end of the year, and he shared them with us before we took the exam. And what I found really interesting about this is that he said this in front of the class, which was kind of humiliating. But he said that at the beginning of the year, he underestimated me. He didn't really know what I was doing in the class. He didn't think I was going to score very well on the test. But as the class went on, he recognized my insight and my love for literature, and he realized that he had been wrong about me, that he had underestimated me, and that he thought I would do really well on the test, which I did. Not so well with science and math, but that's a different story. But that just reminds me that people can often underestimate you, especially if you're introverted and you're private and you're quiet. People often think that that means you're weak-minded or you don't have many ideas to share, when often those people are the ones that have the strongest ideas and the most passionate feelings and emotions. And those are the ones that have the most to say. And you just have to remind yourself that, especially if you're a person that really relies on what others think of you, and that helps you form your own opinions of yourself. You have to remember that their opinions could be wrong. They could just not see you for who you are and recognize all of your potential. So I thought that was a good reminder for me and for others who might feel the same way. But overall, it was another NaNoWriMo. It was not successful, but I feel like it was successful in ways that will help me throughout the rest of my writing career. And that's all that matters. So congratulations to everyone who won. If you didn't win, again, it's not a huge deal. There's always next year. I have won years and I have lost years. I don't regret any of them. So I don't know what I'm doing with YouTube. I would love to at some point be able to consistently post videos. I would love to have a camera that is more suitable for filming. But for right now, my main focus is going to be to revise my novel from last year, which I don't think I've said the name of, but it's tentatively named South Falls. So I'm going to be revising and editing South Falls one more time before starting to submit it. And hopefully that goes well. If not, at least I'll know where I stand and maybe I'll get some good feedback. I wanted to say thank you to everyone in the NaNoWriMo community for watching these videos and for leaving comments and for posting videos of your own that were so fun to watch and so encouraging to watch. I really enjoyed this November. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you again in my next video.